Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out and supporting the people's townhomes. My name is Darlene Foreman. I'm a resident of UC Townhomes. Oops, name change. The people's townhome. I've been a resident there for 29 years, and we're fighting to keep the people's townhomes. Today is a significant day because today is the original day that the residents of UC Townhomes were supposed to be moving out because our HUD contract has expired.
And I'm a minor. Boo what? I'm Jesus the fuck Christ. Boo that.
We don't care how many extensions they give us. We want to buy the townhomes and to preserve. We don't care how many extensions they give us. We want to buy the townhomes to preserve this site for deeply affordable housing to take our community back.
That's right.
Today we are here to announce the intention to buy University City Townhomes property. You will hear our new demands and the plan for purchasing the townhomes and presenting it as affordable housing. You will hear the bigger problem of displacement and how it's happening across the city. The fight begins here to save the townhomes.
Save the townhomes.
The fight begins here. The fight begins here. The fight begins here to save the townhome. The end of affordable housing is not inevitable. It is a fight that we will and can win. We will and we can win. We will and we can win. Now here we have our first speaker. Sheldon is a resident with all of the updates.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Yes, we continue to. Yes, we always will. My name is Sheldon Davids, and I'm a townhomes resident for 13 years. My elderly mother-in-law lived here for 40 years. This is our community. I'm also a proud union member of the AFSCME DC 33 community. We were out in full force for the Labor Day Parade. A beautiful affair. UC residents joined the DC 33 and the Labor for Black Lives Coalition in solidarity for our campaign. The Labor for Black Lives Coalition understands that workers here and across the city in every district are struggling to find housing and stay in their homes. This is critical, as many of these jobs require workers to live in Philadelphia County. We are united behind the principle that housing is also a labor fight. What's happening at the townhomes is relevant to everyone. But the townhomes is also a very special place worth saving. We have 3 generations of families living here. We have groups of children, at least 3 right now, in 5-hour age ranges who have come up from the sandbox to the graduation gown. That's not a small thing. We have place spaces for our children and access to transportation and our doctors. That's not a small thing. We don't want to leave our neighborhood. What we have gone through in the past 12 months needs to be made clear, because the media often misreports what's going on.
That's right. Yeah.
Right now, we are all supposed to leave our homes by October 8th. That date has shifted several times. We were first told we would be displaced on July 8th, 2022. Then the landlord extended this to September 7th, and now to October 8th. Never even told us about this last extension. We learned about it in the news. This cycle of month-long extensions keeps us on edge, never knowing when we will be kicked out, and even more importantly, never knowing what to tell our children to give them consolation in this sea of uncertainty. It's not fair to them, it's not fair to us. It's not fair.
Not fair.
Shame!
Not fair.
Not fair!
Not fair.
Not fair!
Not fair.
Not fair!
Not fair.
Thank you. Please understand, we never had a full year to move. Altman announced in July 2021 that he was terminating his federally subsidized contract with HUD. But some people have just received their housing vouchers, or they're still being processed. Many are finding it hard to find quality, healthy housing that takes vouchers. Many are even finding it difficult without vouchers, so you can imagine how much harder it is when you're looking for housing with. People are feeling forced to move out and take substandard housing because of the time crunch. The imminent eviction is leaving people feeling in distress. It is cruel to keep people in limbo from month to month, instead of simply giving us a full year or two. We have been fighting to be treated with dignity for the last 11 months. And the fact that you guys are all here means that that fight is justified and relatable to all of you and many others throughout this city. We got organized. We formed a tenant council. We've held many protests and met with many community organizations and elected officials. In July, we had a 31-day protest tent encampment at the townhomes. And I want to take this moment to thank everybody who camped with us, because that was a part of the kernel that has brought us to this place right now. That was where this community was solidified, as we shared one roof under God's glorious sky. Thank you so much for that support. Even though the sheriff tore down the encampment, it was a major achievement. They took the tents. They can't take our solidarity. They took the tents. They can't take our community. They took the tents, but they will never take our resolve.
No.
Hundreds of people visited the site and learned our story and shared their own of displacement. We made local and national media. We have built sustaining community ties with many of these supporters, including all of you. We stopped the sale of the property to a commercial buyer. This was one victory. We now have a plan to purchase and preserve the property. That will be our next victory. Thank you very much. Keep supporting us. Well done.
Our next speaker will be Resident Rashida.
Thank everyone for your support. What do we want? This is our list of demands. We would like outside investors and developers, which are buying up our neighborhoods and pushing the price of Philly families out. We would want that to stop. This is a problem we can solve in the city and state. Stand up to the developers and stand in with our communities. There is money through the state, federal, and local government to preserve affordable housing that is being lost at a historical pace in Philly. Our demand and our fight is to create community control of the townhomes, the people's townhomes, by purchasing the property. We are also calling on the city to create a fund that will make preserving existing affordable housing a reality for our families at the UC People's Townhomes and across Philly. Ask me, how do we do it?
How do you do it?
1, for Altman Management and IBID to sell the property to a third party that will maintain UCT as 100% affordable housing for very low income seniors. The second thing that they can do is for the city to step in and contribute funds to preserve deeply affordable housing for low-income families, seniors, families, and residents in Philadelphia, especially those with disabilities. We know that preserving a very low-income housing is possible. There are examples of other fights. University Square Plaza, right across the street from what HUD contract was expired. They chose to save it and preserve it. What needs to happen next for this to become our reality? The owner, Altman Management, commits to extend the HUD contract for 2 years. The city, state, UPenn, Drexel, and the healthcare systems commit funds to help purchase the property to set up a citywide fund to address the issue all across Philly. Meaningful engagement of the UC Townhomes / People's Townhomes Resident Council with preservation and redevelopment. Thank you.
Save the people's townhomes! Save the people's townhomes! Save the people's townhomes! Save the people's townhomes! People over profit! 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 Our next resident is Crystal Young. Get on, Crystal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal Young. I have been a resident of the UC Townhomes for 3.5 years. Before becoming a resident, I have faced many challenges, one of which was stable housing. I prayed hard for things to change in my life, housing being one at the top of the list. After 7 years of being on the waiting list, my turn had finally come up. I could finally get my life in order. Once I moved in my home and got settled, I enrolled into CCP to start my new journey. My daughter, who was already an honor roll student, was able to get into our neighborhood schools, which was not only safe, but a clean environment. Her school was also invested in my daughter's academic growth. We were able to continue our lives successfully now, or at least that's what I thought. All of that changed July 2021 when Altman decided not to renew his contract with HUD. I find myself fighting for the home I wanted for so long. I became an organizer from being displaced. If I do not advocate for me and my daughter, who will? That's right. Because it was shown clearly to me that no one was on the outside to make sure our housing was secure, except those who was facing the displacement with me. Low-income housing is what helped people to be self-efficient and to move on into home ownership, something that looks like I would not get a chance to do. The UC Townhomes gave me my first home that I was able to call home. Preserve the UC/People's Townhomes. Thank you.
When the people's towns are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When the people's towns are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When the people's towns are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
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 said if we don't get it,
Shut it down! Okay, next we have coming to the mic is Shamar Pitts from Philly Thrive.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody coming out here in the rain. And the first point I want to make is that we heard their requests, and we know it's not unreasonable. And we know in this city we have the means to facilitate that. We know that. And see, one of the things that we have to recognize is that we are responsible. We have to stand up against the culture that has taken over in our city. We live in a city where the culture is the developers come in, they can make all kind of money. They don't have to pay taxes, and they do us dirty. But we always gotta remember they can't do that without the protection of the people in that building right there. The people in that building right there, that's who protect them and let them do that to us. We gotta stand up and make them people be accountable. Don't let them get away with that. Don't let them people come in here and dog us. We gotta be everywhere. It just can't be for the UC Townhomes. See, because they coming and knocking on the UC Townhomes door now. But they've been knocking on a lot of doors lately in the last few years. We gotta be everywhere. When the developers come in, we gotta demand that, no, not affordable housing, not affordable. I ain't talking about no affordable. Subsidized housing. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. The UC Townhomes is subsidized housing. That's what we want to preserve. And we can preserve it. If you got the money to get them tax breaks, you got money to give subsidized housing. It's mathematics. It's mathematics. All we want is a shot. We're not asking for no handouts. We want a hand up. Give us a shot. Let us have a seat at the table. See, because they developing all over. They developing all over. And guess what? We don't never get a seat at the table. You know why? Because they get to hide behind the people in that building. They don't have to give us a seat at the table. We gotta stop it. We're responsible. And this is the way you do it right here. This is the way you do it right here. You do it like this. We out here. We out here. We out here. This is how you do it. It's no other way to do it. They don't understand nothing else. This is what they understand. And this is what we have to do. So all the development going on all around the city, like for example, the former oil refinery, Hillcoat development, we gotta be there. We can't let them get away with giving us the short end of the stick. Because all this is related. Don't think it's not related. You think they want to push us to certain neighborhoods? No, they don't want us in the city at all. They don't want us in the city at all. We gotta wake up. Wake up. Wake up. That's what we gotta do. We all gotta wake up. And I'll be there. Make sure y'all come with me, because I'm going. Thank you.
Say fist up! 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 Our next resident is Amira.
My name is Amira Brown. I lived at the townhouses for 19 years. I raised my children there, and now they are raising their kids there too. This is our home. When I think about what's special about this place, what it means to lose this place, the biggest thing I would lose would be seeing my grandkids every day. I have 3 grandkids that live up the street. If they need something, they would stop by my house. Call me Sugar Mama. Sugar Mama, you got some water? You got some watermelon? You got any snacks? Anything they needed, I always have for them. I have everything there. Dear friends, a neighborhood I can count on, a small backyard, a play street that's safe for the children, access to my doctors. I want to stay in my neighborhood in West Philly. I also live in a special accommodation unit where my bedroom, my bathroom is on the first floor. And I have a driveway which makes it easy to bring groceries and everything in. Many of us at the townhomes have disabilities and our units meets our needs. The place that Altman's relocation company has been showing me is not adequate. Sometimes it's too small or not in a neighborhood I feel safe or comfortable in. I've told them on several occasions that I need a handicap placement, but they show me places that are not accessible. I've seen efficiencies where they're charging $1,200 a month, which is unaffordable for me and others. And the rent amount covered on our vouchers is still not enough for the housing market. One of my neighbors had shown a place with mold in it. Another neighbor saw a house where the roof was fully attached from the house. They are pressuring us to take these places, and they are using scare tactics to get us out. Sometimes there is a long line of people waiting to see the same house, competing for the same place. Why do my neighbors and I continue to fight to save this place? Because we know that we don't do it in our community, we'll split up. Because we have no place else to call home, because we know our rights. And we're fighting for everyone in the city who deserves this treatment and respect.
You tell them, America. We ain't going nowhere. 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 All right, next to the mic is Mike Wilson from Workers' World Party and Philly for Real Justice. Welcome.
afternoon, everyone. I'm not from the UC Townhomes, but I grew up in that neighborhood. I was in that neighborhood in '64 when my mother had 11 children, and she wanted subsidized housing. But she had so many children that the city of Philadelphia told her, there's not much we can do for you. The landlord ran away. You basically got a house, stay here. So I come from nothing. When you come from nothing, it doesn't matter where you go at on this planet. It doesn't matter what you achieve. It's like getting a shot for polio. A little bit of that is always in you. The fear of going back to nothing. We live in a country, we live in a city where we are taught when we ride through certain neighborhoods that it's okay to change your attitude. They are nothing. They come from nothing, and they deserve nothing. The University City Townhomes is the culmination of 40 years of take back by not just Penn, Drexel, the city of Philadelphia, and the federal government. Take it all, because them poor-ass people can't stop you. And so far, that is held to be true. From the Schuylkill River to Belmont Avenue, they've taken what they wanted. From Market Street to Fairmount Park, they have taken what they wanted. And they're taking more. The pressure that the University of Penn and Drexel have put on them neighborhoods, and I'm talking about going all the way to Cobbs Creek Parkway. I'm talking about going all the way up to Overbrook High School. The pressure that they have put on rental prices in them areas are incredible. And it didn't stop there. It started at 32nd and Pearl. It started at 35th and Fairmount.
You tell them.
And they took what they wanted. Little fish. Now they got a bigger fish they're going after. They got to throw out 80 families at one time. But this is a capitalist society. This is a society where we are taught. We have two people running for governor. One is a nut who runs with Donald Trump, and the other one is breeding fear in us about what they're going to do to us. But I haven't heard one of them talk about what they're going to do for housing. When you are poor and you have nothing, you don't have time to worry about Donald Trump. When you hit that switch, you're hoping like hell that the election comes on. When you turn that knob, you're hoping like hell that the gas is still on.
Tell them, Mike.
These are the truths to which we live with. The mayor clocked out 2 years ago when all the police cars were flipped here. He don't want no parts of this city. And to be very honest about it, it's much bigger than him. When you're talking about $100 million, that's over his head. Shut up. Just shut up. This money gotta roll. The federal government acts like they have nothing to do with it. We are taught to hate each other. Like I said earlier, when you drive through certain neighborhoods, you feel a certain way. And why she has subsidized housing? Well, if half of us are getting paid $15 or less, shouldn't we all have subsidized housing? Don't we owe it to ourselves to say that we love ourselves enough to demand that this government stop running around and trying to be the police of the world and police these streets? Find housing for the people. I am a landlord in West Philly. In West Philly, I am a landlord. At 56 in Market, people call me, I need a place to stay. Can you help me? I'm expecting certain numbers in my head. What are you looking for? One bedroom. God told me the other day, $12.50. I didn't know what to think. I said, $12.50 for a one bedroom in this neighborhood? Are you crazy? Has it gotten that bad?
Yes, it has.
56 in Market, $12.50 for a one bedroom apartment? Well, when you're talking numbers like that, you're talking people who are desperate. And people will pay that for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. But then it's over their head. And then they come down and they go to all of these bullshit agencies to keep them going for a month or two. Then they find themselves out on the street, at their cousin's house, at their aunt's house, anybody let me in. And if you got children, and you're a woman and you got children, you got real problems. Because DHS want to talk to you. You committed a crime, and your only crime was being poor. I'm going to let this go here. I just want to say that we have to fight this one, and the entire nation has to see this. They want this. They want this housing complex. If this is the way the rich want to do it, let's fight this one to the very end. Thank you.
Fist up! Fist up!
Fight back!
Fist up!
Fight back!
Fist up!
Fight back!
Next, I'm going to invite to the mic Professor Walter Palmer.
That was powerful. My family lived in the Black Bond for over 100 years. For over 100 years. And what he talks about is real. I lived in 2 rooms with 13 brothers and sisters. I never knew what it was like to have a bed of my own until after I left home. I was made to be tough in a tough neighborhood. It put the fight in me. And I spent the last 7 years of my life fighting against American white racism and training all the young people and older people I could all across this country to resist. The story of the resistor. You must always remember the story of the resistor. You young people will be embroidered. You're going to be called names. You're going to be chastised. You're going to be threatened. But you must resist. Rise above. Always be willing to fight. I have never run from a fight in my life. And I never will. Some of you went to the coronation the other day. I call it a coronation. And they didn't like it. They were uncomfortable. Well, let me tell you what's uncomfortable. Africans being torn out of Africa, thrown into a ship, 400, 500, chained together, living in their feces and their vomitus. Women throwing their babies into the mouths of sharks. That's uncomfortable. Men and women jumping overboard to be eaten by the sharks rather than go to some unknown place. Coming to the Americas, being put on a slave block, being sold like cattle for 250. That's uncomfortable. Not 25 minutes, 250 years of black chattel slavery is uncomfortable. And it didn't end there. Another 150 years of racism, peonage, prison leasing, poor housing, ghettoization, and the society continues to go on and on and on like it never existed. The conversation that most Americans don't want to have because, God damn it, they're cowards, is the conversation about race. It never ended, and it never will, until you rise up and demand we will have that conversation and we'll bring it to an end. So don't talk to me about discomfort. Although I didn't live at the UC Homes, I support UC Homes. I don't like the idea of calling them University City. That is not University City. That is the black bottom.
Talk to him.
The University of Pennsylvania sits in the black bottom.
Period.
And although we may never ever get back the land, those 2,000 or more people, my family, etc., we may never get back. We will never recognize it other than the black bottom. And this day on, anyone who works in the black bottom, lives in the black bottom, goes to school in the black bottom, plays in the black bottom, is from the black bottom. Black bottom didn't know racial barriers, even though we had racial distancing. University of Pennsylvania was protected by us. We were the buffer between Mantua and the north side, intruding into the University of Pennsylvania. They tell the story about the young Asian man who was killed in the black bottom. They don't tell the story of those of us who rose up and went looking for the people who killed him, because that was not the way of the black bottom. This young man was innocent. He had nothing to do with anybody in that community. It was people outside the black bottom. And our goal was to do everything we could to make sure that story be told. But to this day, it has never been told. Young people, I ask you to really consider that you give your life for change. That you give your life, no matter where you go, when you marry, when you have children, when you finish school, when you get a job, when you retire. Keep the spirit of the resistor for as long as you live. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Say fist up. Fist up. Fist up. Fist up. Next, we have our resident Mel coming to the mic.
Thank y'all. Glory be to God. We are here. A national atrocity is being committed against us right here, right now, as we speak, as we all spoken on. This building behind us are largely responsible for people in suits. They call themselves developers, but for me, they serial killers in suits. The destruction of our neighborhoods will no longer be tolerated by these suits that hide behind these bureaucrats that allow them to run roughshod over us. This is where we stand up. This is where we rise. Right here, y'all. We here, y'all. We stand right here. We rise right here. We take back what is ours. We take back what we work for. We take back what we put our tax dollars into. Each and every single day, or every week, or every month, or every year, we take it back. We taking it back by storm, y'all. If we ain't going nowhere, train is rolling. If you in front of it, you better move out the way or get ran the hell over. Because we coming. My encampment was a pure success because our message got out. Everybody knows what's going on right now, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 8 months. This is just the beginning, y'all. This is a war right now. They want to bring the war to the people. We bringing it right back to them. See, they thought we was going to lay down for them. Well, we got news for them, y'all. We ain't laying down for nobody. We stand up. And if you ain't going to stand up, then stand the other side. Because we coming. Right here, what we doing right here at this moment is for preservation of our land. Land that we work and pay dollars towards rent and mortgage. For our land, for our children's protection. To keep our stability. And we will keep it, or we will die doing it. This right here, I know y'all see this right here, between these two poles right here. It's waiting on the signature of the top people in this building. Where are they? Say it again. Where are they? Where are they? They should be right here standing side by side because the job of this right here is the start of the movement. We take these streets over, start right now. The city don't want to do right by us. The people, us, we will do right by our damn selves. They not gonna give us what we work for, then we take it. I want to hear y'all. We take it. 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 This is our time now. Developers, they doing gentrifying our city. We doing our part. We taking it back from them. Your money ain't welcome here. Take it elsewhere. We doing fine just fine we are. In closing, I just want to say thank you for everybody for coming out here. Because this is not just our fight. This is your fight too. Because this situation affects all of us. Whether you in subsidized housing or not, the more of us they put out on these streets to the elements, the more chaotic it becomes. I know y'all don't want to be part of this chaos, and I don't either. It's anarchy out here. It's us against capitalism. And there's more citizens than it is capitalism. We can win this war, y'all. We going with this war, y'all. Thank you.
I want to thank y'all for coming out today, and I want to invite you to come along with us and stomp the streets right now.
Are y'all ready to take the streets? We said, are y'all ready to take the streets? Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose city? Our streets. Whose city? Our streets. These folks in power only respond when we shut it down. They only respond when we shut it down. Shut it down. And so we want to invite you to join us in the streets. The message is very clear. We want us all to be clear. We stopped the sale. Now we're going to buy the block. We stopped the sale. Now we're going to buy our block. Our city is not for sale, and we ain't going nowhere. So if we can clear some space, we want the banners and the residents to the front, and we want our supporters behind us. We're walking to the left, but we will guide the march.
Housing is a human right.
Housing is a human right. Housing is the people's fight. Housing is the people's fight. Housing is a human right. Housing is the people's fight. Housing is a human right. Housing is the people's fight.
It's streaming right now. Yeah, BLM Philly, Facebook, and my Facebook. What was that? Yeah, is anything staying here if I want to leave my tripod? No, if I carry it. I don't know if the DK is staying here. Okay. I'll figure it out.
Bro, can I hit your drum? Yeah.
fight. That's when you fight, they fucking heads off. Before you fight, they get
Go back down!
Association of Philadelphia is having a meeting, and the meeting is called Building the Future of Philadelphia Together. Just have a listen for just a moment to the audacity, the hypocrisy that is going on right here in the city of Philadelphia. They are saying that this networking event happening right upstairs is to support the Philadelphia Builders for Affordable Housing. The Philadelphia Builders for Affordable Housing. Yeah, right. The owner of the People's Townhomes is right upstairs. He's on the board of the Builders for Affordable Housing. There are city officials that are right upstairs having a meeting about affordable housing, but they haven't had anything to say about the fight to save the people's townhomes. Save the people's townhomes! 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 Stop their holidays! Save the people's townhomes!
Buildings like this, buildings just like this, where they hold these type of meetings, is where the atrocity begins.
You can't run.
You can't escape us today because we right here waiting on y'all. So hold on, atrocity. We're talking committing upstairs right now. Y'all gotta answer to us. Y'all gotta answer to us right now because we right here. Y'all ain't got no way out unless y'all jumping off the roof. Or y'all got a helicopter upstairs. That's the only way y'all getting out of here without confronting us. We will not stand for the atrocity that's being committed in these boardrooms by people that don't know the real struggle and that don't know what real struggle is like. That's why we here. We here to tell our story of what real struggle is like. We live it every damn day. We live it. Y'all brought this to us. We getting that talk. We biting y'all freaking heads off.
If the people who are in a position to make decisions about the rest of our lives won't face the people, we're going to make them face us. We're going to go wherever they are. Until we get the answers that we are looking for. It's just like in these exclusive buildings where these kinds of decisions that push our communities out, black people, brown people, working class people, poor people out of the city of Philadelphia, and we say no. We say no. We say no. And we're going to wait right here until the elected officials, until Brett Altman, who till this day refuses to meet with the residents of the townhomes, until they come face us. We have a group of people that are trying to get to the 11th floor. Obviously, you know that all of us can't fit into these 4 elevators. But what we can do is we can apply as much pressure from down here as we can. We're going to keep the energy up. We're going to say, save the people's townhomes! 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 Protect us!
with you. There's like 3 holes. I can fit between your toes. Save the people townhomes. 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 If someone could look for the stairs, that would be great. We are going to get up to the 11th floor by any means necessary. Yeah. Save the people townhomes. They're so great. They're so great. It's really a shame that working class people who are probably facing the same situation the townhome residents are facing. Save the people's townhomes. 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 We got the elevator, y'all. We got the elevator back, y'all. Okay, we got a key to the stairs. Let's go. Here we are. We got a key to the stairs. Let's go. All right, y'all. You're walking up the stairs now. If you want to, you can wait for this elevator. Well, if you would like to, we would appreciate you walking up with us. Somebody would be able to go through the elevator and then open the fire exit door so we can use the stairs. That would be excellent. Hey, who's leaving right now? Save the people's townhomes. Save the people's townhomes. Save the people's townhomes. All right, y'all, the stairs are this way. 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 Save the people's townhomes. Save the people's
It's not a good workout, you know? 11th floor. Halfway there, halfway there. Save the people's townhomes. We're done now.
Let us hear it. We all clear.
You can block our side, but you can't block our voices. You can block the side, but you can't block the voices. You can block the side, but you can't block the voices. Don't get it hard from the people. Don't block the side, but you can't block the voices. Mighty, mighty people. Mighty, mighty people. We are the people. Mighty, mighty people. Mighty, mighty people.
I can't afford my rent.
I'm the face of people.
I'm a retired elder.
Y'all should have invited the people in. Y'all should have invited the people in. The same people that y'all pushing out these townhomes. That's what y'all should be doing. Everybody in here should have a name tag. They should be up here right along with y'all, discussing what's going on. Y'all talking about y'all want to build up Philadelphia. How y'all going to build up Philadelphia without the people? How the people ain't going to have a seat at the table? Everybody standing will be a target.
Your atrocities can no longer hide from us.
Listen, I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I'm trying to figure out what like, this is about. We got some people right here who I'm going to bring you a few people to talk to. You want to know what's going on?
Putting us in one month clock interval. Our time is short. You talking about displacing 70 families, mass eviction at one time. One of them that's in here with us is doing this for us. That's why we're here. We don't want nobody to get he needs to be because he will not stand done. 70 families. All the hands. All at once. All at once. All these people in here. That's why you hear this right here. That's what this is right here. All your names in here need to know that this is what's going on. This is real for us. We on the clock right now.
What do we do?
I will not be removed.
What do we do?
We will not be removed
What do we do? When the people start on the attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
What do we do?
That's why we keep that head.
What do we do?
Stand up like that.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
What can I do to help though? What can I do to help? I got a voice with these guys. I ain't saying I got everything. My nonprofit, we do the affordable housing all over Philly. We train young people, help them get jobs. Right now, we need to start.
What do we want? When do we want it?
That's what we need right now. Is for money to be put forth to keep that building, affordable housing for the seniors, the women with children that live there, the disabled people that live there. We have a U.S. vet among us, and they putting us out on the street. So what we really need is money put towards preserving that place right there, and then the other 37 places around Philadelphia that's set to go up in the next 5 years. What's your number, man? 267?
Everybody is a target. Everybody. Shame on you. Shame on you.
What's the name of like
Shame on you. 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 Shut it down. Shut it down. Get it. Shut it down. None of this had to happen. None of this had to happen. We asked for a conversation. We sent emails. You wouldn't even talk to us. We have more than thank you. Thank you. Housing is a human right. Housing is a people's fight. Housing is a people's fight. Housing is a human right. Housing is a people's fight. Shut it down! 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 Everybody that's choosing profit over people, I want y'all to sleep. I hope y'all sleep well at night. I really hope you sleep well at night. You didn't even give us the decency to have more than 60 days to vacate with a Section 8 voucher. See, I work in the homeless community, and those vouchers mean nothing. They hold no monetary value. We asked for more time, and you wouldn't even give it to us.
Don't go out there. Can't you stand with your people? Stand with us, Kendra!
No, let's go. Touch me one bit.
Kendra, stand with your people! There's an exit from Mark. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Why are you running?
Go ahead, tough guy. Go ahead, tough guy.
Why are you
Go ahead, tough guy. You ain't
We
going
don't
to
want to. We don't want to physically attack y'all. Housing is a people's right. Housing is a human right. Housing is a human right. Housing is a people's right. Housing is a people's right. Housing is a human right. Shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. Shut it down.
Kendra, stand with us.
You leeches! You fucking leeches!
Which side are you on? 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 Which side are you on?
There's only one choice to make, and that's the right one. And until that is done, we will continue to make our voices heard. We will nationally storm events until the people are heard. This is not something we wanted to do. This is something that was forced upon us. Just like our move is forced upon us.
We don't care about inconvenience. We've been inconvenienced.
For 14 months we've been inconvenienced. Grossly. And the clock is still on. So as long as the clock is still on, we gonna stall.
Y'all on the wrong side of history.
Developers for affordable housing know what is going on with the people's townhomes. How many of you know what is going on with the people's townhomes, formerly known as the University City Townhomes?
You don't know.
How dare any of you have a networking event about affordable housing? How dare any of you have a networking event about affordable housing? What are you all doing about the UC Townhomes? How dare you have a mixer? How dare you have a mixer when 71 families are about to be evicted?
3,000 people are about to be put on the street in the next 5 years. 3,000! The numbers!
We walked in here and some of you are laughing with a drink in your hand. How dare you? We see you, Kendra Burke. We see you, Kendra Burke. We see you, Kendra Burke.
Google her. Google her.
We know who she is, and she knows who we are. You Google us. You Google us.
Google us. You got a bunch of working families right here, Kendra.
Working class!
Save the people's townhomes.
Save the people's townhomes!
Save the people's townhomes.
Save the people's townhomes!
Save the people's townhomes.
Save the people's
Hello. How you guys doing? Try again. All right, I'm gonna try again. Look, my name's Gary Jonas. I'm the president of the Building Industry Association. It's our event. Excellent. But here's the thing. We're about trying to bring people together, and we're about trying to come up with solutions. Okay, listen. The real question is, do we want to have a dialogue and a conversation? You came here.
You know what you can do.
What can I do?
Stop gentrifying our fucking neighborhood.
Okay. So.
All your money. Listen, every single one of you. This publicity, this industry.
Well, listen. All I'm asking for, if people want to yell about gentrification, that's fine. If somebody wants to have a conversation, a productive conversation that can help you. What are you offering? What I'm offering is I am the president of an organization that represents most of the developers in this area. And if you want to have a conversation about how affordable housing and development and groups can come together to create solutions, we're happy to do that. And we have a solution already. Listen, I don't own the property, so you guys can scream at me all you want. What I'm saying to you is, if you want to have a conversation where we can... Listen, again, all I'm saying to you is... Absolutely.
I want to have a dialogue.
Thank you.
Y'all are saying affordable housing, but what you're deeming affordable is not affordable to working class citizens. $2,000 a month?
Not affordable.
That's not affordable for someone that's making $12,000, $15,000, $25,000 a year. That's not affordable.
Sorry, here.
That's not affordable.
Yeah, do you want to use that? Is that your thing is louder? Well, I can get yours back, and we'll use that. Perfect. Go ahead, make your point.
That's not affordable.
Right.
Okay, so why are we using the language of affordable housing?
So let's change it to, let's not call it affordable housing, let's talk about...
Let's change behaviors.
Okay, let's change behaviors. Let's do that together. Let's change behaviors together, which is what I want to do with you. And if you want to do that, I'm happy to have the conversation with you, and I'm happy to do it. Because when we talk about it, we say the same thing, which is, let's get rid of the term affordable housing, and let's talk about what people really care about, which is a payment. Right? Like, how much do I have to pay, and what can I actually afford to be in my apartment, right? That's what you're suggesting, right? And I'm in agreement with you there, that we got to get to a point where that's the conversation, because that's what people really care about. Like,
that is not the conversation. We can have a conversation, but that is not the conversation. The conversation with Rebecca was, we want to give you your own housing. We never even had a conversation with her. How did you develop a plan around people's lives and you never had a conversation with us?
Fair question, right? Totally fair question.
Do you have an answer for that? Do you have an answer?
Well, see, I'm not Rebecca, so I can't answer the question for somebody else. I can only answer from my perspective.
About yourself. Your perspective.
Yes.
I want to ask a question. You say you're the president of the Builders Association?
Builders Industry Association.
Industry Association.
Correct. That's correct.
Are you aware of what is going on at the UC Townhomes?
I am.
What are you, as president of the Builders Industry Association, doing to put pressure on your colleague, Altman, who is refusing to be in dialogue with 71 families who are about to be evicted? You said you are the president. What are you doing with your power, with your colleagues? That is the question we want you to answer.
Can I answer? I'm happy to answer the question. So the answer to your question is, we are aware of it, and we are talking to Brett, and we're trying to say, look, at the end of the day, we've got to help create the best solution and get the most people we can, the best housing we can. That's our job. And that's my job, and that's what I'm trying to do and help.
I'm going to stop you right there. The best solution, I'm going to stop you right there. The best solution,
to preserve the property.
The best solution is to preserve the land where we are at right now. To cut all this nonsense out, because the fact is it's one of the few safe havens left in the city. If that is taken, you're talking about committing the crime of anarchy on the entire city and the citizens that live in it. So that's something for you and your colleagues to think about.
Okay.
They don't care about that because it's
We're not
profit
talking
over
about scattered
people.
site housing. We're talking about preserving the property, not scattered site housing.
We developed a plan. We developed a plan. We did what the city would not do, what the councilwoman would not do. We sat in communication and corresponded with POA.
Okay.
Nobody in the city, no one in the state, no developer, not Brett Altman. We did. They helped us create a financial package that we're trying to present to Brett, but he's not responding.
Okay, and I believe you if you say that. I wouldn't know that.
That needs to be rectified. That's simple. That needs to be rectified.
Listen, as I said to you before, I am happy to have dialogue with you guys, and I'm happy to have conversations. I can't promise that I can solve every problem that everybody has. What I can tell you is that I know this is a fact, right? I know this is a fact. If you and I sit in a room together one-on-one and with not 100 people, and we try and solve a problem together, we're going to come up with good solutions. And I promise you that... Listen, you have a solution. It's not necessarily the solution. You have a solution that you guys like. And that's okay. You're allowed to have that.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is it possible that you can arrange a meeting with Brett Altman and yourself?
I can't promise you, but I will try. I can't speak for somebody that's not in the room.
So the answer is no.
No, here's the thing. What do you want me to do? Am I Brett Altman? I'm not. So when you ask
what we're saying is you are the president of BIA. Is that correct?
As I said, I would ask Brett to have the meeting. That's what I said. I said I can't guarantee you that he will because I'm not Brett, right? Is that fair? Is that fair?
Here's the thing.
That's fine.
Here's the thing.
All I'm saying to you is, if you're asking me, I'm here trying to have a dialogue with you, trying to help you, right?
You don't have to help nobody.
Okay.
First of all, remove that language from your vocabulary.
Okay.
You are the president of BIA, and guess who you are accountable to?
Who's that?
The members of this community. Yes, you are. If you are building in the city of Philadelphia, you are accountable to the members of this community. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you didn't know that until this moment. But we're just telling you right now, we will shut down every BIA meeting if we have to. And that's a promise. That is a promise.
You certainly can do that.
See, when you talk to Altman, there's no asking involved. You must demand that he sit at the table with us, because this doesn't get rectified until he does. Until he does, and that needs to be.
I just want to understand something. Now, I'm all for people, making profit, but not at the expense of others. Because when natural disaster comes and your families lose their homes, y'all look for American Red Cross to rebuild the homes that got damaged. What's happening in our community is our children are being displaced. Our elders are being displaced. Nobody's looking at that.
We are looking at that.
If you were looking at that, you would have created a plan to give everyone adequate housing last year. When y'all have been in community.
We did.
The thing is,
no, I'm just saying
what I'm saying. This plan has been talked about since 2019. Do you know why we're on the city? Do you know why y'all are targets? Because nobody did anything to preserve our lives, our living situation. It was 2 years in the making. No one had a conversation with us. You know when the conversation was had? Last year. You know when vouchers were given out? In May. Everybody in here bought houses before. We're not going to play these games. How long does it take to find a house when you're paying the regular market rate? How long? It takes 60 days.
Yeah, good. If you do.
Does it take 60 days?
No, she's asking you.
It is a real estate fact that it takes 6 months to 1 year to find the proper house for you and your family, because you're looking at the neighborhood, you're looking at the school, you're looking at the crime rate, you're looking into all of this before you move your family there. We don't have that option.
Do you know how many families are displaced right now?
68 families have been displaced. They have boarded up our property. They have stopped maintenance on our property. They have stopped repairs. They have stopped repairs. We already dealt with Penn Medicine. Please don't think you're alone. Because we went Drexel, we done went to Drexel, we done went to Penn Medicine, because they're gentrifying our areas too. They took 3 schools from our community. 3.
Shout out to them, the decimated parking lots.
An elementary school, an early childhood learning center, and a high school. And then Penn Alexander fought so our children couldn't go to their school. They held a rally and a protest and they won. So you displace our kids out of their learning institution, and now you're displacing the families and saying go find somewhere else to live. Yeah, I don't mind finding anywhere else to live. I actually want to leave. But have dignity about it. Y'all did not you, but Brett, did not give us any type of consideration. And see, let me tell you this. He's the reason we're here. We knew nothing about you. He's the reason that we're here. He's the reason we're going after the city, because the city knew. Don't throw stones and hide your hands. If you're going to do what you're doing, stand in it.
All right, and listen, here's what I'm saying to you. Look, I can't control Brett no more than you can control Brett or anybody else. What I can say to you is, okay. What I can say to you is the following. What Mo and I specifically are doing is spending a tremendous amount of time working on what we think is a major issue in the city, which is how to get people in housing and pricing that they can afford. That's what we work on. But
how many low-income people are on your board? How many people are you working with directly?
So how many people know about the Neighborhood Preservation Initiative?
How many people who are community members are you working with?
How many people know about the Neighborhood Preservation Initiative?
Yeah, we coming for them.
Can I have the conversation with you? So the MPI was done through a 1% construction tax that we supported. We did not oppose it. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, Neighborhood Preservation Initiative, your council member was given an offer for $11.2 million of MPI money that would go. I know that you spoke with Rebecca about it. We know, right? That was a proposal that was put through the Building Industry Association to make sure that your payments that you are paying now would stay the same, but on houses that you actually own, new construction homes.
Scatter site he's talking about.
Well, they're land that's in the 3rd district.
call it what it is.
Okay, they are, absolutely. But the offer was that the people would be staying in homes that are appraised at $300,000, and they're paying without a down payment, and they would be paying their monthly current payments, and the houses would be subsidized using the Neighborhood Preservation Initiative.
It's not affordable for people in 50% or lower AMI. We have a solution. The solution is
it is affordable for 50% or lower.
How is it affordable when Rebecca said the payments would be $500 a month? You're telling me that somebody that gets $768 a month on Social Security can spend $500 a month on mortgage? What about the maintenance of the house? You're not talking about or factoring in the responsibilities of the house. And you're trying to push this not on working citizens or people that desire to be homeowners. I could see if a plan was developed for people that want to be homeowners. We have a lot of senior citizens in our community. We have a lot of people with disabilities in our community whose income does not exceed to give them the luxury to want to have to own their own home.
Understood.
If you understand it, then
why isn't a plan created for it if you understand it?
So the MPI can be used at whatever limit that the council member chooses to use. Okay? So if the house is at $250, they can choose to subsidize it for $240 if they want. If they want to have that payment at $150, they can make it at $150. We supported the plan to tax all of our membership to make sure that there's $400 million in bonds in the Neighborhood Preservation Initiative to have these subsidies in control of the council member.
Well, why hasn't it been put in place?
Well, you need to talk to your council member. I'm saying that we're saying what is in our power.
We have a council member outside who's hiding.
So what is in our power? What is in our power? what's in our power is to do. What's in our power was to support a construction tax to make sure that there is enough money for affordable housing in the city that's in control of city government, not in control of state or the feds. It's in control of the city council members. Like we trust a council member.
Just to be clear, I just met, I think you were in the meeting, Wiley, Sterling, a couple of other folks, and we just put a statement out in support of University City Townhomes. And I've met with members just last week before we did the statement. So,
Support us with action, Mayor. A statement is nothing. You
Okay,
standing
thank
in
you.
solidarity
Listen,
is an action. Is an action. We won't forget this.
Here's what we can say to you from our end, right? All we can say to you is the following. If you want to have a like we can't control university townhouses, but if you want to have a dialogue with the BIA around housing, we are happy to have that conversation with anybody and work really hard to come up with a solution that we can all live with. And that's what we can tell you. All right? So thank you.
There's a reason why this action has started with the UC Townhomes, if you'll allow me, sir.
Go ahead, and then I
Whether or not you have control over Brett Altman or anybody else, let me share some things with you.
Sure.
The closest unit of the University City Townhomes is about 2.5 times the length that it takes to walk from here to that border on your terrace.
Okay.
It takes 10 minutes to walk from the furthest unit to a major stop of a major line of a major city.
Okay.
Children were born to that experience. Children have come to take that for granted in the same way that many of at least your peers' children have come to take for granted the likeliness, not just a mere possibility, but the likeliness that they are going to end up at a school like the University of Pennsylvania.
All right. I apologize for interrupting you because you do deserve to say what you have to say, but we've been told that we have to leave. And
that they can't have conversations with
no, we've told you
we
that
want to
will
have
have a conversation with you guys.
We want to have a
talk to us anytime you want. Mo gave you guys our phone number. Call us anytime. We're happy to talk to you.
Thank you. Save us, UC Townhomes. Keep us home.
All right, listen. I just want to let y'all know we gave y'all a little longer to talk to them. I understand everything that y'all fighting for and whatnot, but on the police side, we was told that you guys, they don't want you in the building, that this was not an event in the building with you guys here. So what we're doing now is we're asking y'all for y'all,
From the president of BIA on behalf of the developer community. We have heard nothing from our council person, and we are going to leave on our own accord. Save the people's townhomes. 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 to have a conversation with you. They wanted to have a conversation.
No!
Okay. Not only did a lot of the politicians run, Rebecca ran. The comptroller ran. Comptroller for the city.
But you know, as soon as we came in the building, they was going to do that. Because, look, all of y'all, thank y'all, we've done an excellent job. But I told y'all, we taking this shit back. We taking this back. This is East Flowers right here. East Our Street. All of this right here. All of this right here, these buildings, they stand on our streets. We taking them back right here.
To say the least, not to go, I can't really go word for word with what he was talking about. But the president of the Builders Industries Association came out to speak to us. Yes. Cop in a play. He said he could have a meeting with us, but we wanted Brett. We want Brett too. We want everybody. And I had to let them know y'all not special. Everybody is a target. Anybody that stand with the enemy is a target. Everybody get it. I'm sorry.
You run with us or you get ran the hell over.
Everybody. We have no picks. UC Townhomes have no picks. Not when we're out here fighting for low-income housing from developers and gentrifiers. I have no picks. Anytime, anywhere, we're shutting it down. You're not going to have dinner in peace. You're not going to go to church in peace. You're not going to go to work in peace. You're not going to go to a funeral in peace. It's always going to be somebody there.
And as the people, we every damn way. So it ain't nowhere you can hide from us. Nowhere you can hide from us. We everywhere.
No justice, no peace.
You get
scared. No peace. No justice, no peace.
Nah, you
no
get
justice, no peace. No 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 justice, no peace. You can't run and you can't hide, because we gonna find you.
The president said several times, we want to have a dialogue.
And a dialogue. They wanted a dialogue. They had a whole year to talk.
I think that if you look in the Revolutionary's Dictionary or Thesaurus, beside dialogue, you'll find pacified. We're past that. If there's a fire going on where that sign is being held, you don't throw water where that sign is. You're telling us that you want to have a dialogue, but you can't speak to University City Townhomes. You can't speak to the people's townhomes. You can't speak for Brett Altman. We have been trying to convey this message, to have this dialogue to the people who are actually in a position to do something to preserve the people's townhomes for more than 9 months. The only reason why they even deigned to speak with us is because they saw 6 people, and they saw 12, then they saw 18, then they heard 20, and then about 200 voices flooded the room. Let him know.
And rather than the elevator music that served as a score for their little conversations around their little tables with their little cups on it, they heard the roar of the people. And they couldn't ignore it. Because even if they tried, enough persons were shooting and posting, so they would look ridiculously insensitive if they didn't try to speak with us. So whether he was dispatched or he was stepping into his role as president, he came to talk and said, we can talk some more. But he began with the premise that we can't do anything about the townhomes. He began with the premise that we're going to turn our hose there when the fire is there. We ain't trying to water our garden. We're trying to put out a fire. We're trying to keep what's left of those 70 families in their 70 homes. Any conversation that is going to be had about the movement called Save the People's Townhomes has to begin with the People's Townhomes.
Crystal Strong, come to the stage, please. Today is a victory. Today is a victory. Today is a victory. They thought that they were going to be handing out eviction notices on today. But today, they are running away from the power of the people. I want us to be very clear about what just happened. That gathering on the 11th floor, some of us walked 11 flights of stairs to get to that gathering of powerful people. These are the gentrifiers in our community. Less than 2 blocks away from our rally, from our press conference, they were sitting up with the skyline view of our city, drinking cocktails. They were drinking cocktails. When we walked in, they were laughing and telling jokes. But they weren't laughing by the time we left. And I want to be very clear about one thing. The president of the Builders Industry, what is it called? Building Industry Association of Philadelphia. All of these folks want to act like they have no power. This is the president of an association of gentrifiers, of developers. This is the friend of the person who owns the People's Townhomes. All they want to do is invite us for a dialogue. There's a council person who wants to talk about the dialogue she just had with us. The time for dialogue is over.
It's been over.
We are very clear about what happens next. We are very clear about what happens next.
And they talk about a statement.
Altman, let's be clear, Altman agrees to sell the property to keep it affordable housing, and we purchase the People's Townhomes. That's it. That's it. That's it. Unless you're talking about putting up some money, that's it.
There's no other dialogue to be spoken of. That nonsense up there, they blowing smoke. That while they blowing the smoke, we bringing the smoke.
came up there, all of us was one mighty big ass fist. And when you weigh something big like that down, when people get scared, what they do? They start scattering like roaches. That's exactly what I saw the hell up there tonight. And to be perfectly honest with y'all, this is just the beginning. This is far from over. That's just first strikes in the war. We in the trenches right now, y'all. We in the trenches. And we gonna be there, and when the dust settles, at the end of the day, the people, us, we gonna be the ones that's left standing. Because there's no other outcome we can have but the people left standing, and anybody in our way gets knocked down, ran over, and stepped upon. Because this is our fight, and this is our fight to win, and nothing else is acceptable. Nothing else. We live in a time where voices for liberty and voices for other ideas face a wall of indifference where the powers that be try to contain them within the boundaries of an echo chamber. Inside of those rooms where it happens, decisions are made about all kinds of things, about all kinds of people's lives. I believe that that kind of encroachment on our freedoms and our liberty and our ways that we express ourselves and the way that we love, the way that we present ourselves, the way that we study, the way that we eat, the way that we relate to each other, those who we choose to relate to, we have become far too enlightened a people to be contained by those boundaries that people who want to hold on to power seek to put around us. And that is why I believe you're here with us today. That's right. Because the displacement might not affect you immediately, but the sense of powerlessness that gives it its momentum does. Because you feel that there are forces out there who wish to divide us from each other. That there are elements out there that want to keep us with blinkers on, so that the only persons that we see are persons who think like us, that speak like us, that believe what we believe. But you've decided to stand in solidarity with this. We thank you for that. We ask that you keep fighting, because we know that in many ways this fight is your fight too. Thank you.
Real quick, y'all, real quick. We have a quick announcement. Someone left a bag upstairs. Is this your bag? Take a look, y'all. If you are missing a bag, it's right here in the front.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting us today. This fight is not over. It's far from over. We got more work to do. So please join us in our next fight. We'll let y'all know what's what. Fist up! Fight back! Fist up! Fist up! Fist up! Fight back! 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 Save the people's townhomes! Save the people's townhomes! Save the people's townhomes!
much. If you have a banner, you can drop it here on the bench. If you have any other supplies, you can drop it here on the bench. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. All y'all